extra ang set up ijabat. Very good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank to all the IAC members for your continuous efforts in establishing an innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem on your campus through the implementation of the IIC. As you all are aware, we released the star ratings just a week ago. This meeting has been organized to guide you on how to read and interpret the performance card of your institute on the IAC portal. To provide a detailed briefing, I would like to warmly welcome Mr. Dipan Sahu, Assistant Innovation Director, who will take us through the process. Over to you, Dipan.
Thank you, Selva, the IIC Zonal in charge for Southern region, and also taking the additional responsibility for Southwest region, South Central region, SCRO. And all my other zonal in charges, Mr. Abhishek Ranjan, Mr. Subrat, and Ms. Monica, and Mr. Jerry, for joining this interactive session. And first of all, I will welcome all our IIC faculty members, especially the president and the conveners and other IIC coordinators, student members, and external experts from more than 14,700 institutions, innovation councils established across all 36 states and union territories. It is always giving a pleasure and immense pride to be part of this IIC network. And I'm witnessing that we started with zero in 2018, and now in the last 7 years, the collective efforts actually bringing and the success in terms of establishing ecosystems in more than 14,700 institutions, and we are aiming to increase this number to 30,000 in next two years by 2027. And the journey is quite impressive, also both up and down, and also both mixed feelings from the performances and involvements, efforts. But let's cherish the moment. Let's remember the moments that we all have collectively traveled together. And in last 3 to 4 years, the kind of contribution all our institutions have put forth in driving these ecosystems in our education institutions has resulted in moving up the India's position in the Global Innovation Index in 81st in 2016 to 39th in 2024, and we are aiming to move off further in the top 20 in next 3 to 4 years. So if you have observed what was the situation 5 to 6 years back and where we stand now, you must have seen the role of education institutions has increased multifold, and the kind of ecosystems and the kind of quality outputs in terms of intellectual properties, in terms of patents filings, in terms of patent granted, in terms of ideas, in terms of innovation, startups is actually quite phenomenal. More than tenfold increase in all these indicators, which make the India the third largest innovation startup ecosystem in the world. And let's proudly say that we have established the largest innovation model that is called Smart in Hackathon model because of this IIC institutions, active involvement, and also the IIC network itself is the one of the largest network of IICs in the world. We can proudly say that. And as just before me, Selva mentioned, on 16th January, we all were celebrated National Startup Day. And on that day, we released the result and the annual performance card of Institutions Innovation Councils during the academic year 2023 and 24. So thanks to the AICTE Honorable Chairman and Vice Chairman and Member Secretary, and also the Ministry of Education and the Innovation Cell for driving this initiative of Institutions Innovation Council and handholding and creating the enabling environment in our education institutions and providing them a directions that aiming for big and achieving the challenge and embracing the innovation and startup culture in all our education institutions, not only the higher education, also in the school education system. So the kind of uh, uh, the model we have established and the kind of achievements all our education institutions have uh, performed because of this, the School Innovation Council, School Innovation Ambassador, and all these programs we have taken to the school level. So this kind of scalability, the kind of replication options actually this IIC brings, and it provides a directional support to think big and connect the dots to create the multiplier impact at the institute level, then connect with the other institution, creating a macro environment, and that actually contributing to the regional innovation ecosystem and the state innovation ecosystem, finally to the national innovation ecosystem. And as you all witnessing that how national innovation ecosystem is growing, flourishing, and prospering in last 5 to 6 years. Coming to the points of today's session, because you all are joined today to know the how to read and analyze the IIC 6.0 annual performance card, and we are also recognize that you all have some queries, some issues, and also some things you want in depth. And that's why to address all these queries up to some extent, we are organizing this session, and this session will be maximum of the 30 minutes. And within this 30 minutes, we are going to take you through the process to understanding the annual performance card, also understanding the concept itself, that how IIC is actually performing, or IIC is moving forward, not as a program, not as an initiative, but as a model, as a structure, as a framework, and as a kind of an integrated form of many such programs, enabling our institutions to adopt the convergence approach, collaborative approach, and also coordination and co-creation approach to drive, to establish, and to streamline and strengthening the campus ecosystem. So that's why, and because of all these benefits, this IIC model is actually every year it is adding more than double of the institutions as part of the network. And that's why with this scope, we think that we are going to touch to 30,000 institutes in next 2 to 3 years. So at present, 14,700 institutions are part of it because last year AICT made it mandatory for all these technical and professional institutions, those are part of the AICT approval process, to have an IIC in the campus. And this year onwards, now it is a mandatory to have a functional IIC in their campus. Having a registered IIC is one step, but the next step every institute has to complete, that it should be an active and it should be functional. So what is the meaning of active and functional? That means that IIC council should be complete, and they should be active, and they should conduct activities every month and should be uploaded in the IIC portal, and they have to also follow the other instructions, other requirements of making the IIC operational in their campuses. So before I get into in depth, let me tell that we have only this 5 to 6 members of the zonal in charges at this moment, and Subrat is the new joining, who is going to take care of the eastern region. Monica is is taking care of the western region. Selvarani is taking 2 zonal in charges, that is for south and the south central, whereas the Abhishek Ranjan is taking care of the central region and the southwest region, and Jerry Joshi, who is taking care of the 2 zones, that is NWRO and northwest and the northern region. So for any kind of issues, for any kind of queries, for any kind of clarifications, you have to reach out to our IIC zonal in charges first, and make sure that you are also part of the WhatsApp group created for your zone, for the president group and the convener group. stay updated, stay connected, and wherever you need my help, you can also reach to me at any time, and we are always here to help you out. In addition to this, we have created another layer of things that is called innovation managers. We have deployed in 13 locations. They are physically present in different regions, and innovation managers and the innovation fellows are also going to reach out all these institutions. So kind of a code with such a coordinated effort at the central level, at the zonal level, at the innovation center level, we all are here to serve the nation and to provide you adequate support, handholding, and also guidance to make this institutionalized process much smoother and easier and penetrated to the last mile. That is the one objective. Now coming to the our IIC benefits, actually, I hope you all have witnessed those are actually putting the right efforts, that how IIC model itself has a multiplier effect, and it is not only helping in establishing the ecosystem, also it is helping in streamlining the existing ecosystem. It is strengthening the existing ecosystems in the progressive institutions. So taking this forward, I hope you all have started doing the IIC 7.0 calendar activities, and it has mixed up calendar activities, and it has mixed up the MIC driven activities, self-driven activities, then celebration activities, and we have also classified the activities into different levels, and level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. We have given the detail of what is the level 1, what kind of activities you can plan and organize and claim as a level 1, and what is level 2. All kind of things are already there, and the whole PDF document is available in the IIC calendar 2024-25 page. And also you can see the what kind of IIC calendar activities, MIC driven, self-driven activities, MIC driven activities, celebration activities are actually you have to plan, and you have to make your council active, functional, and meet at least once in every alternative month to know that where you stand, what kind of activities actually required and suitable for your institute, and conduct these activities. On an average, as per the if you will go to the thumb rule, on an average, you for to get the best score and the best star, you have to around 45 to 55 to 60 activities, small, large, all variety of activities has to be organized throughout the year, distributed into different semesters and different months. And also there should be involvement of minimum 5 to 6 council members, faculty members, and also we have activated the student council members. This year we have activated the student innovation ambassador component. So should be a collective effort of all the council members. It's not a show of one person. It's not a show of role of only one person driven ecosystem. It should be a collective mechanism, collective process of driving the campus ecosystem. So first I will show my screen with you all to just give you a better understanding that how we are going to read. So this is the IIC page. So you can check the IIC impact by clicking this button, so that you will know the live status of IIC and the impact. I hope you all are visiting this IIC impact page regularly, and anybody can visit this one. Similarly, we have created a Yukti Innovation Repository page through which you can check the kind of repository we have created, how many institutions created Yukti Innovation Repository, how many number of ideas, innovations, startups are actually coming from the institutions. And also this year we have added the IP repository. That means institute can create intellectual property repository in their institute, like ideas, innovations, and the startups, and technology transfer component will be part of it. So I will not take much time. This is IIC impact, so you can check like that. It will come. It will show the IICs, then it will show the number of faculty, students, experts, innovation ambassadors trained, and how many activities. Then all these things you will get it from here. So this is the called IIC impact. Similarly, if you will click the Yukti Innovation Repository, you will get the complete Yukti innovation status, that idea, innovation, and all the status. It will give a snapshot form. Okay, it's came. No. Yeah, like this it will come. So you have to use the different filter systems to check and see. You can see that at present, uh, one 1,39,000 something. Okay, we'll correct it, but in the Yukti page, it's showing that around 1,39,000 innovations and startups and ideas are already part of it. Here you can check. Okay, so Selva, please check this one. I think it is to be updated, right? It's around 1,39,000. So check that how it will come. Then comes to the performance. If you will go to the glance at a glance in 2023-24 annual performance, if you will click this page, then actually it will give the star ratings of our institutions. So we've classified the institutions based on the institute type. So you can find there are affiliating university, open university, institute of national importance, then university and deemed university like government university, that is private and self-financed university, government colleges, private colleges, then polytechnic institutions. So these are the major classification of institutions based on the type of and categories, and display of ratings on alphabetical order, not in the who is first, who is second, because it is a rating, it is not a ranking. So please don't misunderstood, and also don't misunderstood that IIC is a kind of a unit. IIC is not a unit. IIC is a council body of the institute which represents the innovation and startup achievements of your institute. So in the IIC there should be like a IIC should be belongs to the institute, not belongs to one person, not belongs to one department. So if there are multiple institutes are part of the university can have different constituent IICs, and constituent IICs will be linked with the university IIC. Similarly, if any affiliating university wants to follow up with the IICs established in their affiliated institutions, that features also enabled for our affiliating universities to check and follow up with the affiliated institutions to establish IIC and also follow up with them. So this is the called the public page to check the ratings. So this is not restricted to anybody. Anybody can check, anybody can see, and anybody can use the search option to know the institutions in the overall category. Now coming to the activities, and I hope you all know about this IIC activities. So please conduct the activities in that particular quarter. Many institutions, what they are doing a very common and minor mistake is that they are conducting the activities, but they are uploading at the end of the year or at the end of the semester. And during that time, they faces lots of problems. And also, because of that, maybe they are fulfilling the only activity component, but they are not able to synergize with the output and outcome of the activities. And because of that, no doubt, they are getting good score in activities, but they are not able to get the good score under the incentive or in terms of the fifth star or in terms of the performance indicators. So this is the common mistakes made by majority of the IIC institutions. They only focus on activity, but they are not thinking seriously about the output and outcomes generated from these activities. So there is the concern I am going to address today. And so for the IIC 7.0, please try to understand the IIC 6.0 annual performance card properly so that you will plan the next 6 months time, because still you have another 5 to 6 months in your hand till July or till August to complete this IIC 7.0, so that next 7 months or next 6 months will be much effectively you will be able to utilize. And I hope all of you have this kind of PDF, which is a reflection of the activities of IAC 7.0. So at the end of this PDF, you will find the kind of a nomenclature of level 1, what kind of activities and what the duration, this kind of level of activities we have introduced. So all IAC members, please spend at least some time in a group, in your group meeting, decide and understand, and those understand well, let them to explain to the others that how these activities are designed and how this nomenclatures is actually going to work, so that everybody will able to able to understand in a right way. Okay, now let's come to the performance card. So if any institute wants to check the IIC annual performance card for the academic year 2023-24, they have to log in. Without login, you can't able to check your performance card. So I have just opened the performance card of a test institute which we are managing. So this is the performance card of the test institute. Once you will use your login ID and password, which is with the innovation, with the IIC president or the convener. And also we have created a IIC login for the student council. So now the student council, the president or the convener can have this access, but they can't modify the things. They only can see the performance of the IIC, and they can see the other things. They can go for they can see the innovation ambassador status. They can go through the what kind of activities are uploaded by the institute or the faculty, and also they can also upload the activities, but they can't modify the major things. They can't modify the key informations of the IIC uploaded by the institute. They have only access to the in the view mode, not in edit mode. So there is some restricted roles given to the student council members, so that the student body will also equally get responsible and also involved in the IIC functioning, and also they will be given certain responsibility of for making the IIC active and functional. Coming to the first button. So if you want to see the IIC annual performance, first you have to click the About My Institute. So once you click this one, there will be called My Profile, and you have to go to the My Profile. And already I have opened that one. So this My Profile page looks like this. So if your institute is already participating in previous IICs, so then you will that institute will able to see the performance card of the previous years. But today we are only focusing upon the IIC annual performance card for the 2023-24, and also you can check the star your institute has received for that IIC 6.0 period, and it reflects here. And then overally it will look like this. So the first table will represent the activities. So when we say activities, activities are actually 4 types. One is IIC calendar activities. I think you all know, because IIC calendar activities are actually prescribed at the beginning of the academic year. So we have already prescribed for the IIC 7.0. Similarly, we have prescribed the IIC 6.0 activities. And in IIC 7.0 activities, this year we've added 1 or 2, and we've refined the titles. And there is no threshold activities for the IIC calendar activities. Actually, in the initial first 2 years, we had introduced the threshold number, but now there is no threshold number. Institute has to plan and conduct maximum number of activities as prescribed in different quarters and the semesters. So this is called IIC calendar activities. And let me tell you, no single activity prescribed under IIC calendar activities are technical in nature. All activities are the non-technical, and it can organize by any kind of institute, be it a university or centrally funded or polytechnic or non-technical institute or arts and science college. So there is that's why this IIC calendar activity is and this IIC calendar activity act as a kind of a starting point of the ecosystem. So even today, what we are discussing, this is also an activity. That means that for making anything, if you want to achieve anything, activity is the must. Without activity, we can't do anything. That means to have an ecosystem, you have to start with some minimal and some fundamental activities, what IIC calendar activity provides. And IIC calendar provides also act as a direct kind of a guidance for many newly joined institutions, especially those have never tried anything conducting innovation entrepreneurship related activities in their campuses before. So it provides a kind of a guiding document for them to start something. And once they will start something, then they gradually move towards conducting more and more self-driven activities. So when I say self-driven activities, these are not prescribed by us, not prescribed by the IIC calendar, but these are the activities organized by the institutions on their own with their own progressive collaboration with other ecosystem enablers. Like consider if any centrally funded technical institute or any private university or any government institute, if they are already have a good collaboration and relation with the ecosystem enablers and they are already doing many activities, these activities can be accommodated and they can claim and they can get the weightages for that, which is called the self-driven activities, which carries 30% weightages. And IIC calendar activities carries the 40% weightages. And MIC driven activities are the ad hoc activities. It comes a few days before, and it is the activities announced by the ministries of education innovation cell and in collaboration with other ministries or its own activities, and it carries 20% weightages. And another kind of activity is called celebration activities, which is also announced at the beginning of the year, which is marking the days, which are very, very important days related to innovation, entrepreneurship, and there should be a culture and practice of celebrating these days, keeping the innovation and startup theme as the core agenda during the conduct of activities. That's called the celebration activities. And all total, celebration activities 10, and another kind of activities is called activities expert talks organized by innovation ambassador, which is also considered as a self-driven activities in this category. So the this first table, it is a classification and representation of how many such activities under different categories are submitted by the IIC Institute during the particular academic year, during the given time period. And it says that how many activities are submitted and how many activities are actually approved, because finally the IIC team, by engaging a committee of experts, we go through each and every activities what you all submit and claim as innovation entrepreneurship activity, and we cross verify, and either we reject or we approve or we reopen it to give a chance to the institute to reclaim with justification that what they have submitted is actually fulfilling the criteria of innovation or entrepreneurship or not. And so the whole exercisal process goes for 2 to 3 months. And because of the small team we have, it takes time, but now we are going to introduce AI ML components, so that because when we started these activities 3-4 years back, there's only 20-30,000 activities. Now more than 1,20,000-30,000 activities are actually coming in. It is a really tough job for us to go through each and every activity, but the team has done splendid job in including the innovation managers to identify to check, verify, and scrutiny process of this verification of all these activities. And finally, the disapproval percentage is also less. And here you can see that if your institute has claimed any activities, but actually it is not relevant to that innovation entrepreneurship, it gets rejected by us, and that it says that disapproval percentage. So in this test institute, it is 11.54% is the disapproval percentage. So earlier we had the negative marking, and this year we have not considered the negative marking because we assume that institutions are now actually quite mature in understanding what is innovation, what is entrepreneurship. Earlier with the situations where institutions had submitted anything that they found it is new to their institute, and or they've conducted first time in their institute as innovation entrepreneurship. So we received many activities. Those are kind of rangoli, kind of a exercise. This kind of activities also as an innovation entrepreneurship. But because of this disapproval component we've introduced 2 years back, and also the negative marking. Now, many institutions are quite aware about that, not to submit, because once they will submit, they will get the negative marking. It affect their reward, and also it affect this final score. So all institutions, please be cautious about introducing anything or submitting anything that has an innovation or entrepreneurship activities, because actually it consumes your energy. It unnecessarily creates lots of junk. Also, it creates pressure for us to reject everything, and finally it discourages us, also discourages you. So please take care. Don't claim unnecessary things. As I said, the thumb rule is that if you plan for 50 to 60 quality, even I'm not saying that high class activities, but level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, the mix of activities, then also you will able to get the good score, at least 3.3, 3.5, and even you will get the 3 to 3.5 score, and it will perform the if you link with the activities with the output, then definitely you will get the 4-star if you plan in a very systematic way. Second thing is that don't drive the IISc as a single person. At least minimum 10 to 12 faculty and 30 to 40 students has to be remain active throughout the year, and you have to visualize the bigger picture and understand the importance of each and every activities components and link with the quality output, rather than just conducting as a formal for the formality purpose, for the sake of doing purpose. So if we will follow these two rules, and the third thing is that when you plan something, don't think that you will only conduct an activity of spending lakhs or 2 lakhs rupees, then only you will claim. No, even you spending 10,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, and conducting a level 1 and level 2 kind of activities, bringing an expert, and with a small group of 20 to 30 members, very target group, also that is also going to be much efficient, effective in building the culture, innovation ecosystem, and startup ecosystem. So don't rush and don't hurry, or don't be much kind of a conducting only the bigger, high expensive activities, and plan only big activities, then only IISc ecosystem will get active. No, conducting small activities of even if you want to spend money, even you can plan with 5,000, 10,000 rupees maximum. You can plan level 1, level 2, and few level 3, level 4 activities, and conduct round the year and submit the reports once you complete the activities, rather than waiting for the 5 months, 6 months till the year end. Then actually all creates a mess up, because you never able to connect the outputs of each and activities with the final output or the final outcome as considered as a performance indicators. So the 80% is the activities, because activities set the foundation, activities create the pillars. So activities are the the binding elements. So activities and the variety of activities and different types of activities is called the basis or the foundation, which is falls under this 4 or 5 type of activity, 5 categories of activities, and which contributes 80% weightages of the total calculation. And the remaining 20% comes from the your performance indicators, or called the outputs from these activities. So what are the outputs we are expecting, or how the ecosystem actually comprising of, or how the ecosystem actually comes? I will explain the next table. So let's explain that actually how this IIC calendar activity, MIC driven or celebration or kind of innovation, there is an option for both, accommodating both online, offline, and hybrid mode. That means you have many options. You can conduct the activities which can be fit under any kind of these categories. Also, it can be an online, offline, or both. It can be different level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Even within level 1 and level 2 and level 3 and level 4, there are 5, 6, or 7 different type of like workshops, seminars, competitions, hackathons, challenges. So it's a variety of activities we can plan. So, but to plan, you all have to sit together. You have to understand these dimensions of activities, and plan as per the institute's requirement, as per the your ecosystem's requirement. So coming to the last table. So as I explained in the previous tables, this is called the activities are counted, which contributes total 80% of the score to the main score, and the remaining 20% score comes from the your this performance indicators, and these performance indicators actually reflects the output of your activities, of variety of activities. That means you have to plan and organize the activities which is going to feed or which is going to create these outputs. And how? So for example, if any institute has organized maximum self-driven activities in addition to IAC calendar activities, MIC-driven activities, or celebration activities. So there are reward points. For example, you can see the reward points for celebration activities, reward points for self-driven activities count here. So if any institute is organized like here celebration activities, we have prescribed 16, but if your institute has organized 8, and if you are organizing any above 8, then it will come and reflect as a reward point. Like, for example, out of 16 prescribed activities, your institute is organized 12. So that means the remaining 4 activities will be reflected here as a reward points. So now, similarly for the self-driven, also we have taken closely with the IIC calendar activities. So 24 numbers is the ideal number, and if like 4 to 6 4 to 6 activities per quarter, so like that you can plan for the maximum number of self-driven activities and you will get maximum. But if you will organize more than 24, then the additional activities will come and count as a reward point, and this total value will fed into the main table with 80% weightages. Now comes to the 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 output form of the activities. So first is that any kind of reward points you get accumulated because of the additional activities you conduct over and above the threshold activities for self-driven and the celebration activities that get reflects and which carries 3% weightages. So this weightage allocation is the out of 100 for this 20%. That means 3% weightages comes to the reward points. And now second is called your creation and building the functional Yukti Innovation Repository. I hope you all know about the Yukti Innovation and IP Repository. It is functional. Now, every IIC institute has to create the repository of ideas, innovations, and startups, taking technology readiness level as an indicator of identifying in which stage that concept or that product falls into the idea category or innovation category or the startup category or the business model category. And also we have introduced this time the IP repository, that means patents, designs, and copyrights. All these things also you can create. So this database only accessible to the institute. It is not accessible to the other institute. That means Yukti Innovation Repository is the repository of that particular institute linked with the IIC and managed by the IIC. And as IIC is an interdepartmental body or interdepartmental council, so it can scout the ideas, innovations, IPs, technology transfers happen from all these departments. It collects, and as the head of the institute will connect with the incubation unit of that institute or any facility of the institute. They can create the policies, document, like they can incentivize, they can provide funding support, they can conduct mentoring supports, they can provide incubation, pre-incubation, even grant support based on the ideas or innovation, startups, IPs deposited in that innovation repository of the institute. And also they can connect with the nearest incubation units or other ecosystem enablers for further support. So the number of ideas, the number of innovations, the number of startups or the business models scouted from the institutions, because Yukti University Repository is open throughout the year. It is the institute's responsibility to build the repository. So there is no timeline, and it has to scout, verify, and engage the innovation ambassador and the mentor for the verifying, and then onboarding them into the repository, then providing them necessary support of mentoring, funding, incubation, pre-incubation. So all this process has to go throughout the year, and the kind of the number of verified ideas, innovations, and startups, business models, and intellectual properties get reflected and counted here as a performance indicator. So for that, institute can conduct activities to speed up this kind of repository process. And this year we have taken the minimum number of 15 ideas. That means 15 number of innovation. That means if in the Yukti Innovation Repository during the academic year 2023-24, here we have taken the status as on 12th October 2024 because many institutions joined a bit late in the academic year, so we have taken 1 month additional time till the closure of the count, and we have taken the minimum 30 number of ideas or the proof of concept, and 15 number of innovations or the prototypes, and 5 number of SME based Udyami registered startups or DPIT registered startups or even private limited registered companies during formed or they are supported by the institute during the particular academic year. Then if institute has minimum 10 intellectual property or the patents as provided in the database of the Kapila, because during that time IP repository was not created, but next time onwards IP repository will be the basis for counting these accounts. So all these 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4 points are actually, if your institute has achieved this minimum number, then they will get a maximum mark under this particular component. So you can see that 20 mark out of 100 is allocated for Yukti Innovation Repository. So you can see that if you will have this kind of Yukti Innovation Repository is functional and it is kind of you are making it active, and the repository you have built is you are utilizing it, then I think you will get 20 out of 100 and as part of this performance matrix. Now coming to the third component, that is called, and this institute, for this test institute, it has not done anything, only it has the startup, that's why it scores certain things, for example. So now comes to the third point, that is called the kind of participation of with Yukti verified innovations in different ideas, in different challenges conducted by the Ministry of Education Innovation Cell. So all you know that we are organizing Yukti Innovation Challenge, and also we are organizing Smart India Hackathon. We are organizing many grand challenges like Onion Challenge, Tomato Challenge, like on time to time basis. So generally for Yukti Innovation Challenge, we ask institutions to nominate, and also for the SIH also, it is kind of a nominations from the institutions. And so those institutes, the startups or the innovations and ideas participated from various IIC institutions considered as a weightages for that. So here also we have if any institutions nominated innovations participated or demonstrated in IIC regional meet, and any ideas received from institutions as part of Smart India Hackathon, then anything like any winners of the SIH or any winners of the innovation challenge received funding support. So all these things actually consider, and around 15 marks comes under this third component, that is called how the Yukti reposited ideas, innovations get access to the further support from the Ministry of Education. That means your participation in any such kind of programs. Coming to the fourth component, that is called institute has referred the other institutions to join the IIC network. So as you know that that IIC network is growing, and also the effort from our institutions is actually really quite impressive in terms of influencing others to join the IIC network. So last year we have added this referral system. So being an IIC, if you refer or you motivate another 3 institutions to join the IIC network, so there you will get the weightages. Similarly, if your institute as a mentee institute or as a mentor institute, if you will follow up with institutions those are inactive, so there also you will get a score, and similarly for the other components. But many institutions made some misunderstood here is that how they will do it. Actually, we had taken a session in this regard, but I think many institutions have not able to understand it. So here, what is there, that here you will see the called refer and linkage, right? So in the refer and linkage, you will find the institutions. So here, if you will click the referral of HEIs to join IIC network, here you will get, here you can add the institute name, and once you will add the institute name, it will go to the institutions, and if they will accept, then automatically the machine, the database will credit the joining of that institute to your account. Similarly, if here uh, uh, Selva, would you please help me where this our institutions are there for? Yes, yes, I got. Okay. So if you will click this referral to HEI, you can invite, and also you can click the inactive IIC. So here you will able to see the list of institutions are allocated to your institute to follow up with them to convert them inactive to active. So automatically, if any institute will get active because of your follow up, that credit will comes to your account. Similarly, for non-IIC institute, so if you will check this column or this page, you will find a list of active institutions. Those are not yet joined IIC network. Also, you will get you will get if any institute will join because of your effort. Also, it will count and credit to your account that you have because of your referral that institute has joined IIC network. So you can we have calculated the values from here only. Let me go to the file, my performance. Selva,
Yes, Dipan.
is it my voice is going properly?
Yes,
That means
yes.
I'm okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Let me go through my profile, my performance. Okay. Okay.
माई परफॉर्मेंस क्लिक नहीं हो रहा क्या दीपक?
हाँ, नहीं open हो गया. Oh, it was remain static, no? That's why. Okay. Now comes to the fourth component. I was explaining that how you will identify that the list of inactive institutions, the list of new institutions reflected. We have assigned around 50 to 50 new institutions and around 20 inactive institutions to your account. So those have put their efforts, engaged the IIC student members or faculty members, and consulted with these institutions and motivated them to join the IIC network or activated them to be functional IIC. So they have received the score for this. Similarly, if you are running as a kind of a big institute and you have multiple institutions in your campus, or if you are an affiliating university and you have connected affiliated IICs. So if you are managing this constituent IIC, and if you're managing this affiliated IIC also, if you're following up with them, then also that particular IIC will get the additional mark, and that's why called the kind of a inter-institutional partnership mechanism. So the fourth component reflects that how institute helps others, how institute motivates others, and how they are connected each other. So coming to the fifth component, It is called institute has organized impact lecture as a mentee institute or delivered the mentorship support as a mentor institute to the mentee institution. So this component is called we have the scheme called impact lecture scheme, where we have the scheme called mentor mentee scheme. So all impact lecture beneficiaries are mentee institutions, and all mentor institutions are actually in the ratio of 1:5 they have supported, so which carries 8% weightages. So that means all those institutions have either provided mentoring support or received mentoring support, have received the 8% weightages in this as out performance indicators. And if institute has hosted any one of the mega events as a IIC regional meet or boot camp or SIH, there is some weightages for that to encourage the institutions to join as a host institute. And also, let me clear that many those institutions that participated in these IIC regional meets also calculated as a MIC driven activity. That means that institute received certain weightages in the MIC driven activity as one of the things. That means participation of the IIC regional meet in regional meets also encouraged and received certain weightages. Coming to the seventh component, that is called NISP, that is National Innovation Startup Policy. Adoption at the institute level by formulating, by adopting the NISP, by formulating an IP policy or any kind of innovation startup policy for the institute, and also implementing this policy as this data pulled from the NISP database. That means as an IIC institute, your NISP portal also remaining active, your innovation ambassador portal remaining active, your IFT portal also remaining active, and your Kapila portal also remaining active. So when you try to make all these portals active, then automatically you will start getting results from all of your activities. And also please make sure that it should not be only one person should not be the charge of all this Kapila, IFT, IIC, NISP, then the mess up, it will mess up the whole process. Please assign different people and have a meeting on regular basis as an IIC member, then only it will happen. I have received many queries, and the same person is undertaking the multiple role and finally not able to drive the ecosystem. Definitely this kind of cracks and this kind of uh, you can say ruptures will happen if you will try to cope and accommodate each and every roles and responsibility under the one person. Coming to the institute has collaborated with IE and innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem enablers to drive the innovation and entrepreneurship agenda in institute. Also carries 4%. For that, you have to provide the necessary collaboration conducted during that particular academic year, 2023-24 or 24-25, under this choose button, that is IND collaboration. Similarly, for the IND courses also, institute has to provide what the courses, not the programs, not the kind of things. So consider if a BBA program, under the BBA program, you have 3 courses on innovation entrepreneurship. There you provide that 3 courses with the title and the kind of things with the total credit hours. Don't provide the BBA, MBA kind of courses. You provide that this is the course title under the this course title is comes delivered under the BBA course, and this is the kind of the total credit contact hours of that particular course. So you can provide both credit and non-credit courses also, but this data has to be provided, updated every year under this IND courses category. Then only it will be counted. If you will not provide here, it will be not counted in the IIC annual performance report card. Coming to the next, the 10th one, that is called the institute has dedicated infrastructure. So when we say the dedicated infrastructure, there are 3 types of infrastructure comes in. One is your pre-incubation facility and also IPR and technology transfer of facility, which are similar of kind. So either having the pre-incubation facility and IPR or TTO facilities comes under one category. Then having the functional incubation unit is another category. So these 3 things around comes around 10% weightages, and every year institute has to update the database that who is the person in charge, who is that facility is active or not, functional or not, then accordingly only it will count. If you will not update this data, then the IIC annual performance card will not fetch the right data and it will not assign the right score to your institute or your IIC. Coming to the 11th number, that is called your Innovation Ambassadors. So Innovation Ambassador training program is a unique program. It's completely self-paced mode and completely online mode, and it has a different level of basic, advanced, upskilling and reskilling modules, and basic, advanced and upskilling, reskilling can be done, but upskilling can be done through the recorded sessions, but reskilling has to be done with the effort of the institute and the individual itself. Every nominated faculty member of the IIC receives a link with a login access to create a innovation ambassador profile page, so that they have to maintain it and they have to complete the all modules of basic level. Once they will complete the basic level, they are eligible to provide mentoring. They will be eligible to act as a verifier in the UT Innovation Repository. Also, they have to perform the role of as an expert in addition to the coordination of the IIC activities. That means they have to organize minimum 2 to 3 expert talks in different domains, like of innovation, entrepreneurship, incubation, infrastructure kind of things, what they have the interest. And gradually they have to organize in their own campus or nearby institute or in the school. That is the way they have to build and they have to develop a multidisciplinary approach and the skilling within them to manage and drive the ecosystem. So this is called the Innovation Ambassador for the faculty. But this year we have introduced Innovation Ambassador training programs for the students. That means you can expect in IIC 7.0 annual performance, there will be the performance of student Innovation Ambassador will be counted and will be added. That means what you are prescribing, it is there will be an incremental benefit in each and every year, so that your IIC annual performance will also move with bit kind of a refined version in every year, and with adding more and more features as our ecosystem will get mature, as our institutions also build their capacity and develop their visualizing capability of a better ecosystem. That means your IIC annual performance indicators also increases, get a bit tighten, and kind of a new criteria get added off as you will start performing and improving in the scale. So that means it is not a normal academic parameter that only we will go for 5 and 6 parameters and we will do that and we will keep ourselves limited with that and things will move. It is not like that. It is the innovation, startup, entrepreneurship domain where challenges are getting accepted and opportunities have comes from the challenge, and stretching yourself to the next dimension is the innovation. That is the what the exactly this IIC framework itself also getting stressed, getting matured, getting and it grow with the maturity of the institution's performance and according the indicators. So having a static parameter is completely discouraging to the innovation ecosystem. That's why in the first 2 years, when you didn't change the parameters, many institutions restricted themselves to the only conducting the threshold number activities, though they have the more than 10 to 20 times of potential to do better than what they have done. And gradually what happens that everybody trying to remain in a very comfort zone of conducting and expecting 4-star, 5-star, which is actually define the whole innovation concept and approach of building the kind of ecosystem in their campuses. So innovation ambassadors are actually key instrumental and agents, change agents at the ground to drive and to make this dynamic process of innovation and a startup ecosystem get established, accept the challenge, and they will not only drive the IIC, also they will establish themselves as an expert by developing the new knowledge on the new domain knowledge on innovation entrepreneurship and handholding the student and faculty, those are having ideas, innovations, connecting with the ecosystem enablers, driving the incubation and the pre-incubation facilities, and helping in IP generation. So these are the kind of role of innovation ambassadors. So here, if you will see the kind of parameters, we have taken that the minimum 20 faculty members actually they have nominated by the institute during that particular academic year and having certain weightages. And out of this 20, if 10 has completed the basic and advanced level, and if 5 number has completed the reskilling or upskilling. When I say reskilling, uh, 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 when I say upskilling, already the module is there. But when I say the reskilling, that means that particular innovation ambassador, once they complete the advanced level or the reskilling, upskilling level, then they have to search for the kind of innovation ambassador trainings provided by the institute or other institutions or online, offline, wherever they possible, and they have to start completing it. Once they complete the 30 contact hours, automatically they will designated as upskilled innovation ambassador, and they have to continue this upskilling in every year by completing minimum 30 contract hours. That means the upskilling will actually not only will empower them to think to think and create a bigger impact by bringing their expert skills, knowledge with updated with the industry requirement or with the market requirement. So similarly, if out of this all this trained innovation ambassador, minimum 10 number of faculty innovation ambassadors are active. When I say active, that means they have delivered the expert talks and they've reported these expert talks activities in their portal, and that is get verified by the IIC or not. So based on these things, actually total how many marks? So around 5, 6, 11, around 11 marks are allocated to allocated to this innovation ambassador. You can say that maximum mark allocated to innovation ambassador. Now comes to the how your institute as an IIC, you are also connected with the school, with the Atal Tinkering Labs, with the school innovation councils in your region also carries weightages. So if your institute has approached and linked with the minimum three Atal Tinkering Labs to the school innovation councils, there is weightages. Similarly, if you have started conducting activities, mentoring activities with this mapped Atal Tinkering Labs also having weightages, and these two parameters, around 4% contribution comes from the linking with the school and Atal Tinkering Labs and mentoring activities. And the 13 number component is the recent addition. This year we have introduced, but in the last 1 year, our efforts through our innovation centers and through our introduction of the concept called technology readiness level, manufacturing readiness level, and the investment readiness level. Now we have to focus on activating or taking our intellectual property, especially the patents, to the market with institute industry collaboration, with industry adoption. So all these things. So during the academic year, we have asked all our IC institutions to provide how many such patents, innovative technologies are ready for commercialization, and how many innovative technologies are already commercialized in the last 2 to 3 years. We have asked the data, and based on the data, we have allocated the mark. But this year onwards, this data will be captured from the Yukti Innovation and IP repository, where institute has to create the repository of innovative technologies are developed in your institute, having patents of these innovative technologies, and how it is transferred or yet to transfer. Based on the status, your institute will also get weightages, and no doubt in next year maybe you will find better score. Now it is only 4% because it is the data provided by the institute with not much verification. But once it is get verified, the weightages to this 13 component will also get increased, and uh, there will be bit reshuffling of the scores. So this is called the third table, which and the total score get contributed to the main table as a 20% weightages, and this is called the star allocations to the different score range. So if your institute is non-zero to 20, it is 1 star. If it is 20 to 40, it is 2 star. If it is above 40 to till 60, it is 3 star. If it is 60 to above from 60 above 60 to 75, it is 3.5 star. Above 75 to till 90, it is 4 star. 90 to 95, it is 4.5, and 95 and above is 5 star. And let me tell you, no institute has received any 4.5 star and 5 star, because it is mostly as I think after 2 to 3 years, when things will get matured and our institutions will start producing quality innovations, quality startups, quality patents, quality technology transfers, then this 4.5 star and 5 star will comes into the picture, and also the kind of growth stage of the startups, their employment creation opportunity, the kind of investment revenue, these things will be comes and calculated. I think still our institutions ecosystem is not mature to address all these things. So that's why we have not included in the incentive parameters or the outperformance parameters. But gradually, you can expect this kind of activities or this kind of parameters, performance indicators will get added up in IIC 7, 8.0, 9.0, 10.0. And we are expecting by the time we will have around minimum 25 to 30,000 such institutions, and at any time at least there will be 5, 10,000, 15,000 institutions of in the range of 3 and above. Those are driving the Indian education innovation ecosystem. At present, out of 14,700, around 1,500 institutions are only having 3 and above, say around 3 and above, and around another mm, uh, 3,800 are for something are there into the 1 star to 2 star, and around 9,000 institutions are just registered, but they're not doing anything. So our major challenge is that with all of your support, with all of your involvement, how we will activate this 4,000, this 3,000 plus 1 star institutions to move them to the at least 3 star in next 1 year time, next 7 months time period. And also the challenge is how we will activate this 9,000 inactive IIC into the active IIC, and then we will add another 10 to 15,000 new IICs, new institutions to join this IIC network. So these are the major milestones we have, the major kind of challenges, and also the landmarks we have to achieve in the next 1 to 2 years. And I believe these 1,500 institutions, those have secured 3 star, 3.5 star, 4 star, even the 2 star institutions, they are the high potential to reach to the this high performance category of institutions next 2 to 3 years. Only that what is required is that you have to realign your IIC structure, council members, activating involvement of the top authorities and motivation, and include their efforts as a performance metrics, and their annual performance metrics at the institute level. So all these things required, and from Ministry of Education side, from AICT side, we are providing handholding support. And now you all have to, once you understood the whole process, so now you have to spend some time and you just try to go through the things and see that if you find any kind of issues or the challenges or any kind of queries, please take the screenshot with proper justification and explanation. Write email to the IIC zonal in charge, and in the contact page of the IIC you will find the updated contact email of the IIC zonal in charge, because IIC zonal in charge is some reshuffle. We made some reshuffling, and now you have to write to the your zonal in charge using the official email ID of the zonal in charge, and with proper screenshot and the justification. And our zonal in charges will review it, go through the database, will check it, and if there is something mistakes happen in the calculation or in the kind of a reflection of the data, definitely we will take time. It will take time, but we will do it. Don't worry about that. And I hope you receive the certificates automatically. When you will change something, your performance card will also get changed with that. So don't worry about it. But if you want to change your name, because many institutions, they are requesting to update their name, name of the institute, that you can make request. But for that, you have to provide the proof, your IC certificate, something that why you want to change, and keep your IIC council members' name, contact email, and contact number updated. Neither what will happen in your appreciation letter, wrong names will go, because we have no control. We can't change the name of the IIC council. It is managed by the IIC president and IIC convener. You have to keep your members updated, their name, their email ID, their contact numbers, and please make sure that your IIC president, your IIC conveners, they should be the part of the IIC regional WhatsApp group to receive the information quickly, and also we will provide information over email on time-to-time basis. And with this, let me stop my session here and over to Selva and Abhishek and all my journalists.
Thank you so much, Deepan sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for explaining it. And I hope this session like helped a lot, especially to those the newly joined IEC coordinators or IEC president who may have some questions, queries related to how you were calculating our efforts in score. So just we received few queries and if you allow, sir, can you answer, please?
Yes, please.
So we received
And
one.
let me tell you, all in charges, please organize region-wise or the zone-wise query sessions, right?
Sure. Sir.
Combine both query sessions first. Then we will organize the IIC 7.0 orientation sessions, because we've introduced the student council, we have introduced the student innovation ambassador. We have to also familiarize the constituent IIC and the affiliated IIC concept, and also we have to familiarize this technology transfer and IP repository component, and many more things. So that means making all these schemes, programs, initiatives under the IIC umbrella. We have to make it create awareness among the institutions so that they will utilize, and specifically this how to make inactive IICs active, how to convert, how to bring more new IIC, new education institutions to join the IIC network, how to connect this mentor-mentee. So all these things we have to provide them handholding support.
Sure, sir. Sure. So one query came, and I believe, sir, you can your answer will help, especially newly joined IIT institutions also, especially regarding the redeeming, yeah. Just 1 second. Exact question was how to redeem extra self-driven activities.
See, as I said that, or when we started the IIC activity in 2018, actually we had introduced the reward point for all categories. But gradually, as we progressed and institutions are actually developed better understanding, now reward category is only applicable to two things, that is called self-driven activity and is called the celebration activity. Because in celebration activity, though we have prescribed 16, but we have said the 8 is the prescribed. But maybe in gradually we will remove the threshold activity from the celebration activity also, right? Because as institution will develop the better understanding, then threshold activity under the celebration activity will get removed. But we are not saying that it will be removed in IIC 7.0, but it will happen or maybe in near future, like 8.0, 9.0. Coming to this, your self-driven activity. So what happens that institutes should have the balanced approach. They should have the balanced approach of IIC calendar activity, self-driven activity. Also, there should be scope for accommodating the MIC-driven activity, also celebration activity. So, if your institute is doing self-driven activity, we have said that 24. 24 means 6 activities, 6 celebration activities per quarter. That means there are 4 quarters. That means 6 into 4, that's 24. That means if your institute is planning 6 celebration, 6 self-driven activities and 6 IIC calendar activities, and 1 or 2 MIC-driven activities and 1 or 2 activities, that means actually you are fulfilling with the requirement of the IIC structure, and also you will personally feel that you are fulfilling the requirement of an ecosystem development, because all these components are designed in such way, right? And if you want to organize more than this, you are most welcome. And if you're organizing more than 24, all total of the whole year activity for the self-driven, then you will get the reward points. Similarly for the celebration activities.
Thank you so much, sir. So we received 3 more questions, and I thought take it right away. One is many Swayam innovations, entrepreneurship, MOOC courses students are doing, where we can encast that in marks.
See, there are 2 things. First thing is that if you are offering an IND courses, innovation entrepreneurship courses, then already it is capturing certain weightages. Okay, if your institute is offering. Second component is that if you are offering any obviously,
yes, sir, you are audible.
mute code. No, you're mute kar do thoda. See, if you are offering any level 1, level 2 activity, which you think that any online or offline activities, any particular course which is very, very important also, you can comes under the level 1, level 2, which is very unique innovation and entrepreneurship course, and you want to make utilize this online course. This is second thing. The third thing is that your innovation ambassadors. Your innovation ambassadors, when they go for the reskilling, so reskilling can be done by using the SWAYAM courses or offline online courses. So that will also, your innovation ambassadors are getting weightages for the reskilling things. That means you can utilize these online courses of the SWAYAM or all these available from the MOOC courses for multiple purpose, for the conducting level 1 activities, because it's a 2-hour activity, 2-hour session. But it should not be regular classroom. It should be very unique session on innovation entrepreneurship, which can be imparted to the in group to the many students, and you have to fulfill the activity criteria what is prescribed. Then comes, so you can claim and go for as a self-driven activity or something kind of things. Okay. Or you can go for the innovation ambassadors can go for the reskilling activity or upskilling activity. Then you can go for the IND courses activity. That means you are getting certain scores under all these 4-5 locations by accommodating this online courses. And most importantly, let me tell you, every time you don't need external experts to invite. If your innovation ambassador is actually have reached to that level to deliver the expert talk, also they can be engaged in IIC activities like your self-driven activities. They can use the blended teaching methodology of online courses also. So it is the multiple way you have to think innovatively. Don't think that we are telling 5 things and you have to follow 5 things. It is the capacity building of our institutions to think beyond the boundary and think out of the box. That is the way, right? Don't think like just we have given 5 things, only you will follow the 5 things. If you will follow these things, then automatically you will get surprised in next year. Sir, we were in 4-star, now we are coming down to the 3.5-star. This kind of complaint will come. But you will think like as an innovator, like an entrepreneur, like an driving the IIC system, then you will come up with lots of innovative way of designing many new interventions.
Thank you so much, sir. One last question we will take. Please let me know how innovation ambassadors can get transferred from one institute to other, and what to do if facing some difficulties.
See, there are two mechanisms we have developed. If you are part of any institute and that institute has the innovation council and you are an innovation ambassador, no problem. But many times what happens, they use the email ID which belongs to that, either their own personal email ID or they use the official email ID. So in both the cases, there is some difficulties. If you are using the official email ID, the moment you leave, it get closed or it get remain inactive, because you have used the official email ID. If you have used the personal email ID, institute, in that case, wherever you will join, actually you have to first update. See, first thing, you have to keep your innovation ambassador profile updated, where you have to keep the profile. And once you join another institute, make sure that that institute must have the IIC. If that institute have not IIC, then you will not be able to transfer. That means your role is to activate that IIC. Then there is a mechanism in your innovation ambassador page that change request, and you have to use that change request. You have to request for move from the old institute to the new institute, and that mechanism is there. But if it is not functioning properly, then Selva is there who is going to cross check, and our IT team will fix it. And our IIC zonal in charge, the first person you have to reach them, and we will facilitate the process of change request from one institute to another. But many times what happen, using the official email ID creates some problems, but we will find out some solution to resolve this issue if it is not yet, or if still there are some issues in this part.
Sir, we are receiving many queries, but I think
better to plan, schedule query sessions for each and every region, right? And let's organize 2 things. One is query session for the things, and combining with the IIC 7.0 orientation session. So
Perfect.
combine the IIC 7.0 orientation session along with the query for the IIC 6.0 annual performance card. And as already I mentioned that now there is no phone query, there is no query clearance over the WhatsApp. It is only institute has to go through the updated IIC 6.0 annual performance report by refreshing the page, by removing the cache, and then they have to take the screenshot, they have to read thoroughly, they have to take the screenshot, they have to justify proper explanation with institute ID and everything. Then they have to write to the to whom? To the IIC journal in charge
Yes.
by taking the email ID in the contact page. Then only our IIC journal in charge will entertain, review, and revert back. And I'm very much sure, I'm giving you guarantee that if you will follow this process, you will definitely get the reply in 1 to 2 days time. And in addition to this, we will organize certain query sessions on region wise.
Yes. Sir, again, again, we are receiving many queries, but one query I think you can ask last, then we will not take any other question. So for school IIC mentorship linkage program, one question came that schools are already booked. So please guide to add new schools, especially in our location. Like they are saying that no ATL schools are there. Yes.
Okay, in that case, actually, we will find out some strategy because we have the school innovation councils also. So we will see that how we will see that school innovation council auto tickering lab mapping. We will revisit the whole process, and if required, we will reduce down to the only 1 or 2 schools also. That part also we will look into it, because if it is booked, then we will allocate based on the supply and demand. We will re-strategize the whole process. Because at this moment we initially started with 5 schools, then we came to the 3 schools. Now if required, we will come down to 2 schools or 1 school. So don't worry about it. And our objective is that our higher education should be a big brother. They should help their younger brother or the sister. That is the way school, higher education, the school should get connect. And our school students will see also a far-sighted picture of connecting with the innovation and entrepreneurship and startup. So that is the way this IIC and SIC and auto tinkering linkage programs actually emerge. And definitely we will try our best to provide the maximum of best possible opportunity to our IICs to serve the schools and conduct the mentoring activities.
Thank you so much, Deepan sir. Saloni, any question? Yours. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your time. And I believe again, this session was very insightful, especially to understand the whole performance card. On behalf of whole IEC implementation team, we really appreciate your participation in IEC 6.0. And as Deepan sir said that, with the team efforts, right, we will see more participation, more engagement, and we all are passionately looking forward to support you in IEC 7.0. Soon, as Director Sir, we will soon organize a region-wise Q&A session where we will also help you to understand the
Yes,
IEC 7.0 features.
Abhishek,
Yes.
I missed one thing. IIC regional meet for 2024 is also coming up, and we are going to schedule this IIC regional meet like last year. Expecting last year more than 18,000 faculty members and students from more than 5,000 IICs joined, and this time we're expecting it should cross 8,000, and we will start booking a registration slot for different IIC regional meets like we follow in every year. And advanced registration is required because it is first come first serve basis. But definitely institute has all possibility and options to choose any regional meet they want to join anywhere in the country, that because it will be conducted during particular time period. So we are expecting, and this time also we will come up with a challenge, innovation challenge like we conduct, and where students, faculty, innovators, entrepreneurs will get chance to demonstrate, connect with ecosystem enablers, and we will create that kind of a euphoria among our institutions and student, faculty, and ecosystem enablers at the regional level. Once your region is strengthened, then your state and your nation will get strengthened. And with this motto, we are expecting huge participation from of you all, and with high enthusiasm and involvement.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think we may conclude that. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Sir,
Thank you very much.
Abhishek,
Thank you.
sir, there is one more query. I've addressed it in the message.
Yes, Monica, tell me.
Can
Monica,
you
tell
share
me the question.
It's in the chat.
Can you share the question?
It is in the chat box, I think. Chat box.
Yes,
Yes.
sir, it's in chat box.
Just one second. Reward only for students' participation in regional meet is considered as of now. It is request
Yes,
to you.
it is
kindly give
considered. It's already
percentage
considered.
of institute staff participation and poster presentation in regional meet.
See, there are two things. Institute's participation in the regional meet is under the MIC driven, and students' participation in the regional meet in the Yukti the demonstration in the IEC regional meet. Both parties already considered. Both parties already considered. See,
Thank
we
you.
are trying our best to accommodate each and every contribution, and in future also we will continue to do so. Don't worry. Only good thing is that don't stick to only these 3, 4, 5 things to be conducted, and then what happens at the end of the year? Finally, you will get surprised that we missed the chance. Keep yourself open and trying to think like as an innovator, as an entrepreneur, and as a owner of the IIC of your institute, and work in a council as a member. Like a council is a group of the members, not as a 1 person or 2 persons IIC team. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. And again, like
Thank
sir
you.
said, it's more all about team efforts. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for joining
Thank you.
today. Thank you. Thank you to all team members. Thank you. Now we will close this meeting.